She wanted an answer?
The assault, the rumor of him being assaulted came out, you know? So that was basically where, it starts off with a french fry. French fry turns into, it was a potato, you know what I'm saying? And then it was a whole course meal, you know what I mean? And then it was like, the cat got killed, the rock. It goes into a different story, you know what I'm saying? I mean, different colors. But that's where the rumor of Tupac being assaulted came from.
You also witnessed, and you talked about in the book, the intense encounter Tupac and a female guard had who seemed to hate Tupac. Can you break down what led to the confrontation and the rumor that followed, which permeated throughout the hip hop community with this female guard?
Sure. It was, I remember the day that the female guard was doing her shift. I didn't even know that she had some type of resentment for Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Because of his, his sexual charge. She came in with him one day, turned his lights on and off, harassing him, calling him different epithets and names, and he calling her names and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And, so it was going back and forth with them. So when I heard this, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I'm saying? I said, yo, officer, why you put Tupac like that? Mind your business, Richardson. He said, yeah, but Tupac, he said, get away from the gate before I write you up. I said, but you fucking would have returned his light on and off. You put in because of his sexual charge, not knowing if it's true or not. I said, she said, get away right now before you get in trouble, right? He said, don't worry about it, player. I got this. You fake hair. I guess she had fake hair. Fake hair, you know what I'm saying? But, he gave her the business, and he told me, Joe, go ahead, man. Don't get yourself in trouble. He's saying, I got this. Another guard heard her, actually harassing Tupac like that, I guess this guard.
Find a domain name that's uniquely you. Your domain, uniquely you.
I was telling him, nah, speak on that. Shit. That was wild. Yeah, she was talking so much shit, right? I was telling God, hey, back off on her. It was so wild. Like, we were gonna double team her anyway, right? We heard the accusations and shit, that everything she was saying, and then she came in here and she was talking so much. My father was pretty much, he was like, oh yeah? I was, maybe not. He kept fucking with her over and over again. I couldn't understand. Like, why are you fucking, technically, I don't even know anymore, right? So he was, I'm going at her for a reason, right? So we're sitting there. I'm like, why? He's like, she's doing some shit. You don't understand. Stay out of it, boy. And I was just like, alright. And then he was showing me everything that she was actually saying. Then she got forced into a situation where she had to put it on camera. And then he was just like, I'm gonna fuck her up. And then from there, it was like this whole thing spiraled into a whole situation no one will ever know about, because we had to get other people involved in it because she's just that uncontrollable. Not like she's saying. It's just she started doing her own research and shit like that, right? And then what she was saying was just not acceptable in heaven. You don't disrespect the Lord. So it was wild. It was wild. Um, she left a lot of times in a worse state. She showed up and she was always fucked up because she was with the devil at the time, and then it got worse because she was with the devil, and then she was fucking with God Almighty, and he was. Now that he's seeing her, he's just. I remember he would be like, she has 3 days. And I was like, I can't feel God's love for you. Like, he's pissed off at you for something. And it. Remember that? Yeah.
Went back and told his superiors, I don't know, maybe a captain or something like that, that she's ready for Tupac, you know what I mean? And after that little incident, you know what I'm saying, the next day with her shift and I have never seen her again. She was actually, I don't know if she was fired, she was suspended, you know what I'm saying, right? The administration, you know what I'm saying, took her off her post, you know what I mean? But I never seen her again. So she actually, you know what I'm saying, probably jeopardized, you know what I mean, either her position in that unit around Tupac, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean, suspended or whatever the case may be. I don't know.
That's it right there. That's